Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabil Denzel Arlo, and I'm here. I want to explain my project, uh, Cross Cultural Understanding, and the title is Language as a Bridge to Effective Intercultural Communication. The first slide is definition. Communication between people from different cultures includes language, values, beliefs, and behavior. Intercultural communication refers to communication between people who come from different cultural backgrounds. It involves not only language but also values, beliefs, behaviors, and worldviews. Understanding this cultural difference helps us communicate more effectively. And the important is in today's globalized world, we often work, study, and interact with people from different countries. Intercultural communication is important because it improves international teamwork, reduce misunderstandings, build trust, and support cultural diversity. Good communication skills help us build strong relationships in business, education, and social life. The next slide is challenges. However, intercultural communication also involves challenges. First, language barrier can cause misunderstandings. Second, stereotypes lead to incorrect assumptions about others. Third, communication styles differ. Some cultures and direct while others in are indirect. Finally, people have different values and cultural expectations, which might affect below message are interpreted. The next slide is example. Walmart in Germany. One real example is Walmart in Germany encourages employees to smile at customers because friendliness is common in the United States. However, many Germans felt uncomfortable with this behavior and perceived it as insincere or strange. This cultural misunderstanding contributed to Walmart's failure in the German market. This example shows how differences, cultural expectations can affect business. And the conclusion is, in conclusion, intercultural communication is essential in global interaction. To communicate effectively, we must understand cultural differences and practice cultural awareness. Thank you. Language and culture. And the key idea, language and culture are strongly connected. Language reflects cultural identity, while culture influences how language is used. For example, people express politeness, respect, or identity through language. Language reflects culture. It also social structure and expresses identity. In many cultures, certain words or expressions are used to show politeness, hierarchy, or religion. The example is, for example, in Japan, honorifics such as san or sama show respect and social hierarchy. In Arab culture, praises such as Insha Allah reflect a strong influence and religion. In Indonesia, people often use Bapak or Ibu to show politeness when speaking. This example show how language represents culture. Misunderstanding. However, cultural differences in language may cause misunderstanding. In many Asian cultures, people communicate indirectly to maintain politeness. But in Western cultures like the United States, people speak directly. These differences can lead to confusion or this misinterpretation. In conclusion, language and culture are interconnected. Understanding this relationship, communicate better, and avoid cultural misunderstanding. And the part two is case study and analysis. In this first case study is cultural barriers. In this case, a team from Indonesia, Germany, and Japan works together on a technology project. However, after several weeks, misunderstandings arise and deadlines are missed. Different communication styles create problems among the team members. The cultural barriers. In Germany, people generally communicate directly. They express his opinion clearly and honestly. In Japan, people try to avoid direct disagreement, so they often remain silent. In Indonesia, people also avoid confrontation to maintain harmony. These differences create cultural barriers. And the theory is according to Hofstede cultural dimension. Germany has individuals and low extent culture. Japan is high context culture with high power distance, meaning communication is indirect. Indonesia is collectivist, meaning people prioritize group harmony and avoid conflict. And the effect is these cultural barriers cause several problems. Silence is often means misinterpreted too. Longer team members feel uncomfortable sharing opinion. As a result, teamwork becomes weak and deadlines are missed. And the solution is to overcome these barriers. The team can participate in cultural awareness training, use structured meetings where everyone speaks, encourage equal participation and clarifying questions. These strategies help improve collaboration in multicultural teams. The case study two is marketing failure. In this case, as Indonesia furniture company Tropical Craft expand to Europe. However, European audience saw the title little interest. The problem is the campaign fails because it does not match European communication preferences. Most Europeans see these ads as overly emotional and not professional. And the cultural difference is in Asia, many cultures are collectivist and value emotional connection and community. In Europe, cultures are more individualist and prefer practical information. Therefore, emotional marketing is less effective there. And a better strategy is the success in Europe. The company should highlight product quality, show uniqueness and durability, use a more professional tone, promote sustainability and craftsmanship. This message better match European values. And the last case study is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication, in this case, a US company negotiates with an Arab client in Dubai. The American representative repeatedly checks his watch and keeps a large personal distance. And the nonverbal issues, the main problems are related to nonverbal communication, time perception, personal space, and body language. And the cultural difference in the United States, time is strict. Checking the watch show efficiency. In our cultures, time is more flexible and relationships are more important. Arabs also prefer closer personal space when speaking. Therefore, the American behavior seems cold and impatient. And the solution is to avoid similar problems. People should learn cultural nonverbal rules, avoid checking the watch frequently, build personal relationship before business discussion. This helps improve trust and communication. Okay, I think from my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.